Hi, everyone. It is Friday. That is some of the best news that I have for you this evening. We'll find some other good news as well as we check in with local officials to see how things are going and what they are expecting to see as far as trends are concerned for the weekend, which is looking pretty nice weather-wise. There's some more good news for you. Glad to have you with us tonight. We will, of course, have the latest update from our governor in just a few moments and some other important information, some new details to share with you on the coronavirus pandemic front, that of the stimulus plan, and some other important things that we want to share with our viewers. With still, as we started off the day, as we ended it yesterday, 770 confirmed cases across Kentucky. That number expected to go up by 5 o'clock with the governor's announcement, and indeed it did. It had already gone up this morning with Fayette County saying that they had 17 new cases as of this morning, a total of 137 cases now for just the city of Lexington and the Fayette County Health Department, as I understand. The Pikeville Medical Center and Pikeville officials gave an update. No new cases in Pikeville, still treating, of course, the case of the 28-year-old Pikeville Medical Center employee who is not working in a clinical setting, they have now confirmed, and is now home and in self-isolation and doing well, but no new cases to announce at the Pikeville Medical Center. And for at least my information, prior to the governor's announcement, no new Pikeville cases. Letcher County did confirm its first case of COVID-19 today. Said to be a man in his 50s, right at 50 years of age, in self-isolation. They were in the process, of course, of contacting anyone who he may have been in contact with. Also, the third case in Perry County was confirmed this afternoon. We'll have other news and information from your governor and an update in just a few moments. As COVID-19, of course, continues to increase, the flu is still going in the opposite direction, and I think a lot of that is because of all the extreme measures we're taking to prevent the spread of COVID-19. That's slowing down the flu dramatically. It's considered to be at a low level here in Kentucky, and actually the overall severity of the flu is moderate to low, and we have seen 24,000 people die from the flu, 39 million get sick, and 400,000 be put in the hospital. The flu is not over, but definitely we are seeing it continue to decline, while rates among children and young adults continue to be on the increase. We had, I believe it was another 7 kids die last week for a total of 162 from the flu this season. Speaking of kids, no kids allowed. You know, I politely shared my displeasure a few nights ago with the understanding that those on Social Security, disability, our senior citizens, and those who receive their monthly payments would not be getting those stimulus checks unless they filed some sort of a tax return, which they normally do not have to do. Well, the night after I reported that to you, that was reversed, as I told you last night, and that's not the case any longer. Those checks will be direct deposited into the accounts that they have for those individuals, and that is no longer an issue. Those folks will not have to file any sort of a tax return if they did not already. But in the next report, no kids allowed. Essentially, anyone aged 17 to 23 will not be getting any type of stimulus amount or check, and neither will their parents on their tax return. Dependents over the age of 16 will not get any direct payments as part of the $2.2 trillion stimulus package. That will include high school and college students between 17 and 24 if they are claimed as a dependent on their parents' tax returns or their legal guardians, even if they normally work and file taxes themselves. Adults with disabilities and elder adults who are claimed also do not qualify. Parents or guardians do not get additional money either. Children age 16 or younger, well, their parents or those whose tax returns they are on will get a $500 credit. That filer will. But for anyone essentially 17 to 23, there's no assistance for them, and they will not. Their parents or filers will not get any type of a credit. That $500 credit will not apply for your child. If, like mine, is living in your house and 17 and still a dependent, will not count, will not get a credit of any kind. Lacey in college, like other college students, she's had a small job at college now for quite some time, working a few hours a week. She won't get it in any form or fashion, either on her own or as us being her parents and being a dependent, because she no longer is. Certainly unfair. Now, there are some lawmakers who have said that they are going to introduce a bill to allow those young people to get a credit of some kind, but it's to be introduced, which means it's a long way away. But very upsetting to think that those folks, those young people, a lot of which, for even parents or college kids, that's some of the most expensive times in their lives, will get no type of credit or reimbursement. And we hate to see that. But that is the case as it stands right now. Now, on to the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP, the $350 billion Paycheck Protection Program. It did roll out today, not smoothly, however. That, of course, as I told you earlier in the week, is the no-brainer that all small businesses under 500 employees, which is a lot, need to apply for. It's giving you 100% back your payroll for 8 weeks, utilities, and the interest, any interest you might have on your mortgage payments. This morning, though, especially in larger cities, larger banks, it was not going well. It is just a situation where they are overwhelmed, they are overrun, and they are asking everyone to be patient, but the Paycheck Protection Program did roll out today. By mid-afternoon, Bank of America had granted almost 60,000 loans and about $6 billion worth. I spoke with Donna Salyer at Salyersville National Bank via text just before sitting down behind the desk. They, too, rolled out the program today. She said that the Small Business Administration, indeed, was having a hard time getting everyone set up because the system, indeed, as a whole, was overwhelmed and overrun. She, too, asking everyone to be patient, but saying that they had received a lot of apps at the Salyersville National Bank, applications, mind you, and that all small businesses need to apply. She believes that they will be able to start funding those loans as soon as Monday. One more money matter for you. Equity markets today took another hit. My apologies. The Dow falling 400 points in morning trading. Unemployment surging to the worst level during the President Trump administration. The Labor Department saying the U.S. economy has lost 701,000 non-farm jobs in the month of March. Now, before the break, a glimpse into tonight's announcement from the governor confirming what we had heard just prior to his address. There is another confirmed case of COVID-19 in the viewing area of Your News Today. Your News Today, of course, being broadcast here in Magoffin, Johnson, Lawrence, and parts of Morgan County, with a case already confirmed in Lawrence County. Johnson County officials at 4:30 confirming a case of COVID-19 in Johnson County. And that number was one of, I believe, a total of 90 new cases announced by the governor at 5 o'clock. I'll have more information on the Johnson County case, the governor's announcement, and more in a few moments. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and Seasonal Shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the Seasonal Shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, or email at seasonalshop@yahoo.com. Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. If your spring projects include gravel, rock, sand, or drainage pipe, your dollar will go farther at Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply here in Salyersville. It's always in stock and ready for pickup and delivery. And now there's 2 locations for all of your feed and farm needs. Tomahawk has the region's largest inventory and lowest prices on all pet and livestock feed, gates, fencing, and everything your farm needs. In Salyersville off 114 at Red Light number 4, and in West Liberty on Liberty Road behind the Ford store. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. Times have changed, now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Creekside Stitching and Feed is the place to go for all of your custom embroidery needs. Shirts, caps, jackets, and more. And they've got the best prices on value-packed dog food, blue ribbon beef mix, kickin' chicken, and shell and cracked corn. And premium quality gates, hay rings, and bunk feeders, plus metal carports and garages as low as $1,400 installed. For all of your embroidery, feed, and farm supplies, Creekside Stitching and Feed. 1 mile up Bear Branch off of Route 30. As was announced here in McGoffin County by our mayor and judge executive on the program days ago, it is now an executive order that's been issued in Johnson County by Johnson County Judge Executive Mark McKenzie and Paintsville Mayor Bill Mike Runyon. Today, they issued such an executive order saying that all public facing life-sustaining businesses must now adhere to new measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. That means that those open shall impose limits of one person from a family or group per shopping cart and take all steps to ensure that customers are practicing social distancing guidelines. The order excludes minors, of course, when no other option of child care is available, and also allows exception for those disabled and elderly who need some assistance shopping. But everyone, one at a time, one per buggy, please. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, speaking of Mayor Runyon and his I'm now speaking of his lifelong sports career, in which he coached almost 3 decades, finishing a record of 581 to 388 high school basketball coach, ranking him 27th, I think, all-time wins in the state's history. Well, he was named as part of the 2020 class of the Hall of Fame inductees by the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches, and he will be inducted along with his former baseball coach, Charlie Atkins. Congratulations, man, congratulations. With that said, now it is to our own Judge Executive and Mayor and / Public Health Director just checking in today to see how social distancing was going and what they were expecting for the weekend. Another weekend upon us, and we've got another pretty weekend weather-wise, which is a good thing, but that's also a bad thing. So I thought we just needed to touch base, guys, and give everybody a little updated information and hopefully some good news before the weekend. Maybe kind of let everybody relax a little bit more and take a little bit of the pressure off. So I say that in hoping that we have a little good news to share. Pete, on that note, we'll begin with you. Latest updates from the Department of Health.
It's always a good news when we have no positive virus test in Dauphin County. It's always good. I really haven't checked on what the state surrounding counties have done today, but I do know McGoffin County's tests were negative.
Have you got a recent total of tests here in McGoffin County that have been done?
I think just over 70 some. We're averaging about 2 to 3 a day, depending. But yeah, we're a little over 70 now.
I know that the governor, of course, has issued an executive order. I believe by means of executive order, anyone entering the state from out of state has to be quarantined for 14 days. So that obviously means the county as well, right?
That's true. Anybody that comes into the county, and if they want to stay 2 days and leave, they can't. They still have to stay here 14 days. It's a 14-day isolation period when you come into the state of Kentucky, wherever you go.
How did today go? I'm sitting here as I talk to you guys, looking at the monitor over above, and traffic's at a pretty good flow. Parking lots have been, considerably full. How is the social distancing and the new regulations with allowing so many customers in at a time and so forth gone, and our businesses practicing that?
Well, I know Judge Warman's been out and I've been out, and I was especially worried about the post office today because of the money orders that they do, and they just have one employee on staff right now. But it's been great all day. I couldn't be more happy with what the way it's went this week as far as social distancing, and the people that came into the stores. We've not had no big lines. We've not had no social gatherings. It's just been great, and I'll let Judge Warman touch on that too, because I know he's been on the front trenches, kind of enforcing a little bit more than I had this week.
Judge?
Yeah, we worked out all the details with we had a corporate level retailer here that the guy just following what the corporate told him, but once they seen the intent of what we were doing, they played along, let's say. But we've seen a lot of order. We've seen people following the guidelines. We believe that. I believe that it's because people are taking this seriously. We do have some, as all communities do, that don't understand or don't really know enough about it, and they want to do things the same way they've always done them. But for the most part, it's been peaceful. I was concerned. The mayor was concerned. We've maybe a little overkill. But as this continues to increase and we start seeing the peak, the first of the month, next month, we could see that we're living in a totally different world. Just like first of this month, we're a totally different world than we was at first of March. But I think things are going well. To reiterate what we were talking about just a moment ago with the folks coming from out of state, if you have family members that are out of state right now and they're wanting to come back to Kentucky, they need to stay where they're at, or when they get here, they've got to isolate for 14 days. We've got some calls about some folks planning to come here, and that's the direction that we're giving. I was on the phone with some neighboring county judges, and they're taking it a step further, that when folks come through, if they're coming from out of state, it doesn't matter. They got to stay 14 days and report that they're there to the county.
Any other new developments, Judge? Before we close, any other things we need to discuss before we go?
Well, a lot of churches have been calling about this weekend and next weekend with the nice weather being out there, that they're wanting to have the drive-in services. According to the governor, this is happening all across the state, and it's okay. They just need to make sure when they have those services that they park the car parking spot distance apart, and that will create the social distancing, because they've got to have the windows down and the car's got to be at least 6 feet apart. And but that's perfectly okay. Just make sure that anybody that's on stage doing the preaching the sermon or doing the singing, that they do social distancing. They make sure they stay 6 feet apart and observe all the other guidelines.
One last thing on my little list here is the spring cleanup campaign. It gets back underway this week. Is that correct? Where and who?
District 1, where Magistrate Darrell Ray, Howard's district, will be next week, starting on Monday. Have your items out. We'll drive the main drags, trying to find everything that we can. If you're up some side county roads, if we haven't been up there by Tuesday evening, Wednesday, give me a call. We'll swing by. If you've got a really big pile that you want us to come get it pretty quick, go ahead and give us a call here at the judge's office at 349-2313, and we'll get somebody out just as soon as we can. Hopefully the weather will cooperate again, and we'll be able to get a lot of stuff picked up. Last week when we done District 2, we had some bad weather the first couple of days, but Thursday and Friday were the guys run hardcore for those 2 days. So the District 2 has had a lot of stuff hauled out of it.
And Mayor, the spring cleanup campaign for city residents also ongoing simultaneously as the county, correct?
That's correct, but at this moment I have City Hall shut down. You will not be able to call. Just leave your stuff out on the side of the road, and my guys will be just driving around periodically and picking stuff up. If it doesn't, you can call me at 606-367-5022. and I'll make sure it gets picked up. One other thing I'd like to mention is last Saturday, with the pretty weather in Kentucky, there's 3 ATV deaths, and there'll be a lot of you all out this weekend. I know. Just use caution and be safe. No matter what gets you or kills you, you're dead. And ATVs are dangerous as anything else if you don't use caution. So, and we're actually just stay at home or get out in the hills and stuff like that. But just be careful. Use common sense and be cautious. And let's have a good weekend.
I also spoke with Superintendent Scott Helton earlier today. Not too much to report from the superintendent's desk. He did confirm through having a conference call, as were all superintendents, with the Kentucky Education Commissioner earlier today, that school, of course, as I told you last evening, will be out until at least May the 1st. They will continue the feeding program as is. They will continue it regardless of the pandemic. If the pandemic were to get worse, they may have to change their procedures in regards to how they're delivering them to homes right now, but the feeding program will continue as long as does the pandemic. Also, of course, he referred to senior trip, which sadly has now been canceled, as we look forward to, not forward in the good sense, but looking forward, expect even more cancellations for the rest of the school year. Yes, I don't think it was to anyone's surprise, but also at the same time, not to anyone's liking either. Senior trip has been canceled, and while the official decision has yet to come, I think we can expect to see, we might as well prepare to see at least, pretty much everything school-related for the rest of the year canceled. I know that that's not been made yet or announced or even mentioned to me officially, but the likelihood is that school is not going to resume, neither any of the school-related activities, and that is just an absolute heartbreak for a lot of students, including, of course, those who were planning and have been working so hard to go on a senior trip. The Montgomery County High School saying that they realize a lot of you have a lot of questions, and they're hoping to provide answers as much as possible, but they currently have to make the frustrating decision of canceling senior trip. So they're going to try to work to provide as much information as they can to update as they continue forward in all regards. But with the regards to senior trip, they are asking students at these designated times to pick up cash deposits. All cash deposits made to students will be refunded, of course. If your last name is A through B, starts with A through B, it's Monday of next week, 10 to 3. C through F is Tuesday. G through H is Wednesday. I through P is Thursday. And Friday it's R through W, and that's 10 o'clock to 3 each and every day. Someone will be at the Montgomery County High School. If you can't be there during those times, give the high school a call during next week, 349-2011, and they can make other arrangements for you. Sorry to have to pass along the bad news, but I think it, of course, was certainly expected, and it is a step taken to keep everyone safe and happy and well for the next school year. Local news and your update from Governor Andy in just a few moments. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Montgomery County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration with professional, licensed, and certified commercial and residential service technicians that can maintain and repair all manufacturers. with new and old installation and financing available. Serving Magoffin, Morgan, Lawrence, Martin, Johnson, Floyd, and Breathitt counties. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, 349-1058 or 225-6779. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker, and let them take care of them for you. Before the governor's update, here's tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. So here's the deal. I think I've been kind of letting everyone know I'm the only one in this big old building by myself. Everyone with the Sagersville independent operation working from home and remotely, and it's going pretty well. And that leaves me here by my lonesome to do the show 100% by myself each day. That also leaves 2 separate business phones to answer, and I'm not, if you know me at all, organized enough to do that. So, my point being, we had a couple of birthdays phoned in for yesterday's show. Important ones that I didn't get until this afternoon. My apologies. I also spent some time this afternoon setting up remote answering voicemail services through Foothills that I could be left out of that loop and then sent the messages as I need. You'll be happy to know. So call the Sagersville Independent office, Your News Today, as you always do. We have someone checking those messages routinely now so that I don't get, hopefully, too many more belated ones out there. But nevertheless, happy birthday to these folks as we turn to tonight's calendar. The first is a happy birthday wish for Laureen Howard with a lot of love and best wishes from a lot of loved ones and friends as well. Happy belated birthday to you, Laureen. Happy birthday to Laureen Howard. And a friend of ours and a local historical icon celebrated his 90th birthday yesterday, and we want to jump on the bandwagon of wishing him a happy birthday as well. Jimmy, your family called, asked us to wish you the best, and we would like to certainly do that along with them. Happy 90th birthday wishes to our much-beloved Jimmy Allen. Happy birthday to you, too. Happy birthday. Going on to tonight's calendar, brought to you nightly by Magoffin Farm Bureau. A reminder that they've made some changes for next week's Water into Wine food pantry distribution. They will be open Wednesday 9 till noon as they always are. But some new guidelines per the pandemic. They're asking everyone to stay in your car. Make sure you have your name written in nice big letters on a piece of paper or something that you can put into the windshield or window and let them know who you are. Volunteers will come out, record your name. They'll return with your food and put it in the trunk of your car or in the bed of your truck, and that's how it will operate. So just stay in your vehicle. You'll pick it up curbside, watch for the volunteers and their instructions, and of course keep at least 6 feet apart at all times for your safety and for theirs as well. But the Water into Wine food pantry open next Wednesday for, of course, their pantry services. And our community calendar is open for you here nightly. Anytime you have an announcement, a birthday, an anniversary too, tell me so I can tell everyone about it. Funeral service announcements brought to you nightly by the Magoffin County Funeral Home include the passing of 47-year-old Bessie Joseph Reisner of Sagersville, who passed away on Tuesday. Born in Indiana to Teddy Marshall and Sylvia Ware Joseph, she's survived by her husband, Paul Reisner, and sons Joshua Neal and Christopher Daniel Reisner, as well as brother Terry Joseph and 3 grandchildren. Private graveside services for the immediate family will be held this Saturday at the Boone Howard Cemetery on Punchin. And 83-year-old Henry Howard of Sagersville passed away earlier this morning. Arrangements being made at this hour in his honor and to be announced soon by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Next, our governor with his daily update before the weekend. The governor's update included 90 new cases, as I said earlier, of COVID-19 in the Commonwealth, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 831 as it stands. He also announced several new deaths tonight. In announcing the new cases, the governor says that 90 today is a positive scenario, at least in the fact that it is not a much more significant number than yesterday. It's actually a bit smaller, and it's not an exponentially larger number than what we have seen. But he says that we should, in all seriousness and expectations, look for these numbers to get much worse as we continue to go towards the peak.
So no one wants 90 new cases, but 90 will become a small number moving into the future until we start having the decrease once we've hit our peak. So I hope, while 90 is hard to swallow, that you hear the fact that we have less than we had yesterday or the day before, or close to it, is better news, at least, than many states are having. This number breaks down to 26 in Jefferson, 13 we can't confirm at the moment, the official county, 8 in Boyd, 4 in Boyle, 4 in Fayette, 4 in Kenton, 2 in Adair, Bullitt, Campbell, and Franklin, Henderson, and Scott, and 1 in Allen, Anderson, Caldwell, Callaway, Carter, Christian, Clark, Davis, Edmondson, Graves, Greenup, Hardin, Jessamine, Madison, Mason, Montgomery, Oldham, Russell, and Johnson. There's some new counties in there. And folks, if this is the first one you've heard in your county, again, just breathe. It's been there. It is in every county.
As you heard the governor confirm, and as I said at the top of the program or near the beginning, a confirmed case in Johnson County. Officials in Johnson County just a short time ago, right around 4:30, officially confirming a positive case, the first in Johnson County. No information in regards to age or gender or other details were given about this individual, just that healthcare providers had a positive case in Johnson County. They were actually in the process, someone was in the process at that time, of notifying that individual and any individuals that person may have been in contact with. The governor giving out estimations earlier at the beginning of his update, saying that if we were to not be practicing social distancing at all, we would stand to lose 47,000 Kentuckians to COVID-19. That if we do practice social distancing but not have strict guidelines along with it, we would still lose 13,000 Kentuckians. But if we continue to social distance and follow very firmly all of the strict guidelines that have been put in place by the governor's office and health care providers across the state, we stand to lose 2,000 Kentuckians. It's that important that we follow those guidelines to the best of our ability for the remainder of the pandemic. Now let's go on over in closing and wrap it up with this evening's Licking Valley RECC Outlook, which is looking pretty good outside for your weekend. Yes, not too shabby at all. We do see shower chances filter in before the end of your weekend, but all in all, pretty nice outlook ahead. Tonight, we'll still see the 30s, 37 expected for lows, and calm winds and mostly clear skies wrapping up your Friday. Tomorrow, a little warmer than what we had predicted 24 hours ago. So close to 70, it's going to feel like 70. I think some of us might actually hit the 70-degree mark. But 68 right now is the number the National Weather Service out of Jackson is going with, and that's where we'll go to. 48 for tomorrow night's low, and sunny skies across your Saturday. Clouds will be on the increase during the late evening and overnight hours, and they will bring about some shower chances into the latter half of your weekend to the tune of about 30%, mainly after 10 a.m. But we're still going to see partly sunny skies, and we're still going to see about 70 degrees again, even a bit warmer than Saturday, but just a 20% chance of showers pretty much across the board from morning till night. A low of 48 degrees on your Sunday night. And moving into your Monday, which just saying the word makes you dread it already. Monday, a bit warmer still. We'll up it another 2 degrees on Monday to about 72 and still under partly sunny skies. Shower chances will stay at around 20%. throughout most of the afternoon, and then increase to about a 40% chance of some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms Monday night with lows around 55 degrees. So still not a washout, but a little bit of an increase in shower and thunderstorm chances Monday. Tuesday, we've got more clouds than we do sun, and we've got more chance of showers and storms than we don't. Tuesday looks to be right now around 72 degrees still, but showers and possibly thunderstorms, certainly when we get into the latter afternoon hours at 3 or 4 o'clock. Mostly cloudy skies. There we are. And warmer still for your Wednesday at 74, with the sunshine making a partial return. Partly sunny and a 50% chance of some showers and thunderstorms day and night for your Wednesday. Nighttime lows around 51. And then we start to cool back closer to where really average temperatures are. Thursday, 67 and 48, mostly sunny, a 20% chance of showers, and possibly a bit cooler still on next Friday. And that is going to wrap it up for what, again, here in a flash, I feel like I just said it yesterday, I hope is going to be a somewhat relaxing weekend for you in some form or fashion or degree. Please stay in, stay safe, and stay tuned to Your News Today next Monday after what I hope is a relaxing and peaceful weekend and safe for us all. Be healthy, be smart, and we will see you back here after what looks to be a really nice weekend weather-wise, and I hope in every other way as well. Good night, and thank you for watching.